Hi, I'm Doug Lucas, and I'd like to invite you to a very special event. This summer at the North American Christian Convention in Louisville, Kentucky, we will be staging a couple of lunches, and we would like to invite you to choose one or the other, either July 2nd or 3rd, and the cost is very affordable. You might spend as much as $5 to be able to go to a Subway and fight the crowds there in downtown Louisville, and that's exactly what this luncheon will cost here, except it'll be among a lot of your friends, and it'll be a nice, delicious, hot, home-cooked meal. And at these lunches, we'll also be talking about some very, very special and critical stages that we see the world experiencing today. We'll chronicle the needs of over 6,000 unreached people groups. We'll talk about the fact that those 2 billion people still haven't had a chance to say yes to Jesus. But more than just talk, we would like to propose a very special plan where your congregation can band together with a bundle of others and approach these unreached people groups in a way that I think you'll find very intriguing. The specific approach that we're suggesting is called PACE, and the 4 letters stand for Pray, Activate, Commit, and Enlist. Now, we'll tell you a lot more about the details when you come in July, but I'll just paint the big picture for you right now. This is a chance for your church to embrace a specific unreached people group. And I know you're probably thinking, how would we get started in that? Well, that's where Team Expansion comes in. We will have special coaches, a coach that comes alongside in a unique relationship with your church to be able to help you understand how to get started. And if you're already farther along in the whole process, we'll be able to walk with you in that process to be able to accomplish the end objective. Now, what is the end objective? Establishing an indigenous church planting movement among that unreached people group, a difference that will stand for all eternity. Now, I know you're probably wondering, well, how much does this all cost? Well, the great thing about this PACE paradigm, we've been doing these now for about 15 years, and we feel like we're starting to get a handle on how to approach them. The great thing is that the first year or year and a half is almost totally focused on prayer. This is a great missions tactic, by the way, great mission strategy in a day and age when maybe the economy is a little sluggish or a little weak, and your church is saying, okay, we better not take on any new projects. Well, this is a new project that you can take on without any big outlay of dollars. And I say big because, sure enough, if your church were able to pitch in, the amount we suggest is $100 a month just to get started so that we can be involved in staging this from Team Expansion's new sending base, Emerald Hills, here in Louisville, Kentucky. But we also say that if you can't afford to pitch in anything at this time, that's no problem. We are going to pray that God will still provide the funds so that these particular dreams with your church partnering with Team Expansion can move forward. And that's the trust that we have in God. And you know, He's bigger than the United States economy. He doesn't depend on any certain president or any certain Congress or any certain Wall Street. He's big enough to make these happen in His time and in His power. So when you come in July, we'll share case studies. We'll have actual local church leaders, ministers, missions committee people. They'll stand up and share their case study. And all this will happen inside of a time frame that I think you'll find very comfortable. We'll provide the transport from the convention center, bring you out here to this beautiful 61-acre campus that's 2/3 wooded, kind of get away from the hustle and bustle for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and be a part of something that will be a very, very challenging and yet very rewarding approach for these next few years, both for your church, for Team Expansion, and for the unreached people groups abroad. So I hope you'll consider it. There's a brochure I hope you'll find along with this video. On the screen you'll see a call-in number and an address, an email address you can use, a website, and I hope that you'll be a part of joining us with these 25 to 50 churches this summer who will together change the world.